blame, you net it.
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle P. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some Isha, stick it in the bullroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle P. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some Isha, stick it in the bullroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Stacking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal P. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some Isha, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle P. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some Isha, stick it in the ballroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP.Money. My name is AJ, I am the team lead here, and this is our daily live AMA and giveaway event. We also cover our reactor and detonator rollover. I'm also joined by my co-host with the most, Bull Gates. Bull, how are you? Oh. There he
sorry,
is.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Yeah, really good. I can't see anything on YouTube because I'm locked down on all these ads. So hopefully the Treasury is seeing a little bit of revenue from those ads. And I'm a firm believer that every little thing adds up. So
I love it, Bull. There you go, man. What a great segue. So, yes, we are now monetized on YouTube. At the end of every month, I'll be putting together a report. So we have about 3 more days. But yeah, I mean, we've generated about $100, a little bit over that in ad revenue on the YouTube channel, which will go towards buying and burning EMP, which doesn't sound like a lot, but over time, it all adds up. Like Bull said, the ads add up. So yeah, and again, thanks for everybody for being here on YouTube, pushing the engagement. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, and LA and I have been working on the pitch deck for Detonator as a service, and our YouTube numbers are out of control. So LA, I don't know if you're there and put you on the spot already, but can you go over what the engagement numbers are on YouTube? It's like insane when you told me today.
Yeah, actually. Oh, 1 second, my alarm. Oh, can we do it after the rollover?
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yeah, let's get to the rollover. Great point. Everybody, make sure you compound. I know we always run into the wire here, but we'll get into all that. We have an action-packed episode today as well. So give me 1 minute while I pull up the rollover. We have about 6 minutes. Bear with me 1 moment. All right, sorry about that. So this is Reactor. I am working on a multiple screen setup, so the production value will be better here eventually once I get the home office finished. So anyway, this is Reactor. Everything is really status quo. We've been balancing around this 3,100 LP pool balance. People are claiming, people are depositing. We've hit a nice little equilibrium in Reactor, and we are seeing good volume even with the market being down. So Generator, which we'll talk about a little bit afterwards, has been continuing to crush it, which is another awesome sign, even in a horrible the depths of a bear market. So, all right, we have about 4 minutes left. If you are new here and you're not familiar with how Reactor works, we'll go over that in detail at the very end. Again, Reactor, Detonator, and Generator are all detonator style contracts. They are exactly the same. They just operate with different LP tokens. So, again, this is our eShare BNB LP, which gives you exposure to BNB. BNB looking like it was trying to recover, but it's still sub $300, and eShare as well. I mean, I think that the overall sentiment is not so great on PEG, and as we preach every AMA, the PEG is a direct value indicator of eShare. So if you want your eShare to go up, you have to have a healthy peg price. And that's why when you sell EMP, you literally devalue your own holdings if you have both. So anyway, we'll talk more about that in a minute as well. But still looking super healthy, $1.7 million of locked liquidity in Reactor, and we just saw a nice little snipe of 4.09. We'll see if that holds up. About 3 minutes left. Again, make sure to compound last minute, get credit for all those tickets. The number one way to get your daily burst to go up is to win the lottery. So that's why it's very important that you're able to deposit new funds or just compound to maximize the amount of tickets that you get every day. I mean, right now we're only about 3,000 tickets total, and the odds of winning are actually really good if you can maximize the amount of tickets that you get every day. So, Bull, anything you want to add about Reactor before we give away about $11,000 worth of LP?
Well, that snipe is going to be pretty good. I just jokingly, because I was going to say they're going to clean up because that's Formula 409, a cleaner. But
Yes.
I think somebody might come and wipe that away. But those are some terrible puns there. So the best day always, right, is to be in yesterday. But that being said, I think every day really, especially in a bear market, today is the best day, to really buckle down and learn what you need to do to survive that bear market, because this is the time when everybody is afraid, and this is really the time where you can generate a lot of wealth towards the bull market. And nobody's saying like wait for the bull, wait for the bull. I am 100% confident in AJ and the team and the products that they have brought to us so far, and I'm 100% confident in what they're going to bring in the future. And with that being said, I don't personally have like any fear. I understand why people do, but fear is what affects that peg, and what causes people to sell and then lose and then question why peg is going down. It's real simple. You sell EMP, peg goes down, you devalue your holdings, just like AJ said. So really just try to remain firm and with conviction, and at some point the bad feeling, the bad vibes, or the bear market does pass, but this is the best time to get involved, really.
Yep, no doubt, Bull, and we'll talk a lot more about that after rollover, for sure, in terms of peg. But all right, here we go, 34 seconds. Again, if you are the winner, we'd love to hear from you. And look, there's a 4.9, so a 409 to a 4.9. We got some cheeky snipers today.
Yes,
So
we do.
yeah, we'll see what happens if this holds up. Good luck, everybody. Here we go, 15 seconds. Remember, that largest depositor also gets a minimum of 20 LP, so it's a major windfall if you can do it. Here we go, 5 seconds. 4, will 4.9 take it? There it is, 10, 2, 1, 0. Will 10.04 take it down? I think it might. Let's do a refresh.
Yep, 10.04. They stacked onto that 4.90 through the cumulative feature.
Amazing. So let's look at that right now. You go down here to view largest. Click on yesterday. because it's yesterday. And yes, so see how there is no 4.09,
4.9.
right? Because like Bill said, they actually added to their deposit. So again, the largest deposits are accumulative, which means you can add on to it throughout the day, and that really makes the game theory super interesting because this number two guy or gal, they could have just been waiting with 4.45 and then deposited, 10 more LP of their own at the end, and now they are the winner. So it's a great way to kind of camouflage your intentions, but also able to kind of get a lower snipe in and still be a winner. So again, these contracts operate on heavy game theory, and that's what we're seeing. The ones that pay attention and have that daily engagement are able to potentially make the most. So, all right, awesome. Let me touch on a generator really quick. So we are offering Detonator as a service. We'll go into that a lot here in about 1 minute because that's really important. But I just wanted to show some updated numbers. All right, so another big day in generator. The pool balance is now 25,000 LP. If you scroll down here and look, there it is. So just under $280,000, and that's with the SPS price going down a bit today. So again, the dollar value is incredible, and it's about oh, hang on, there you go. About 15, no, more than that, 18% of the overall SPS BNB liquidity is now in this contract. So, and that's new liquidity. It's not liquidity that migrated over. This is all new liquidity. And what project on the planet would not want to add almost $300,000 of fresh locked liquidity to their protocol? I mean, again, the answer is everybody in every project in DeFi, every project in crypto, period, can benefit from that. So that is the power of these contracts, and partnering with other protocols to license the technology to them. So all right, we're gonna get all that right now. So let me pull up my desktop. Give me 1 minute, and then Ella, you want to talk about the analytics that
Yes.
we found? Yeah, go ahead. All of them are
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
So we're up to $159 that we've earned so far.
Perfect.
And then
On our ad revenue. Yep.
in the last 90 days, we have had 28,000 views on our content, 422,000 impressions. We have an average watch time of 18 minutes, which is, I mean, insane. We have 2.2 thousand returning viewers, which is more than our subscriber count currently. And we have 9.4 thousand unique viewers. So even though not everyone is subscribed, we've got a lot of peepers. So,
Totally.
I mean, those are humongous numbers for an account of under 2,000 subscribers, like insanely huge. Both our YouTube and our Twitter are just such insanely huge numbers. I did that page of all of our analytics on our pitch deck the other day, and I was just blown away. It's insane. And our Telegram, I don't have it up in front of me, but I think it said something like 500,000 messages per week or something like that. It was a really high number. It was pretty intense.
I love it, LA. Well, that just goes to show again, that even though we're in the depths of a bear market and sentiment might be bad, I mean, we still have amazing engagement, especially, through our emperors, and that's the power
Hey,
of,
I don't
The
I don't think
crazy
sentiment
part,
is
though,
really bad, to be honest. I think for the people, sorry to interrupt you too, but I just had to throw this in there because in speaking to Estelle Starlight, who is our podcast expert here, and I think we're getting close to getting towards that. But she's been collecting a lot of analytics on on like the email campaigns and, what they call open rates. And she said that, the normal industry average for an open rate is like 20%, but we're closer to 80%. So I would say that's really amazing, in terms of sentiment. I know she's talked about like the testimonials that, people have done with AJ or sent to AJ. And I don't think that people would do that if the sentiment was bad. Now, I think in general, and this is not a reflection of people because I'm very optimistic about people, but when there is fear, people tend to broadcast negative image or negative kind of sentiment, where they normally might not. But when I look at like the people that show up in the channel and might say something negative, it's fear based. And it's not a measure really, maybe necessarily of that person's character. It's a measure of how they're feeling at the moment. And but that isn't indicative of the whole community. I think in general, the people that show up here every day have like an amazing level of engagement and loyalty and feeling about the project that really is probably unmatched in all of crypto. And I don't have the numbers to back up any of like this up other than like in terms of like how I see people responding to one another still. And like those open rates and they're those kind of analytics like that might not mean a lot, but when an expert in that field says this is 4 times the average open rate of like an industry standard, and we are in the depths of a bear market.
Hey,
And
Bull, let me interrupt you for 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. She said that 20% is
like amazing.
Is the like the creme of the creme, like the very few people would reach that in the height of being amazing, like that, and we're like way overshooting them. So that's even more impressive.
Perfect. But absolutely. And so whilst I think maybe on the surface, because people are fearful and posting comments and Peg is always staring you kind of right in the face. And I think the thing maybe that knee jerk reaction takeaway is that like sentiment is negative. I don't personally think that. I think that by and large, the people that have been here and have listen to these AMAs have a balanced portfolio. They're the people that are stalwart. They're solid, and they're not fearful. And it's not to say that being fearful there's anything wrong with that. Like that is a true human emotion, is to be fearful. But fear usually comes from a place of uncertainty, and that uncertainty comes from not knowing how things operate typically. And so when the best way to mitigate fear and eliminate fear is to know what's happening. And that's a measure of like why AJ is always on these AMAs. It's why excuse me, that they've gone through great lengths to tell everybody like the plans and like how the system operates with total transparency. Like this is the best way to utilize the system. This is how you achieve the maximum rewards. This is how you can absolutely succeed. Now, that's not to say that like there won't be ups and downs, and it still does require people to, be on that same kind of game plan of win-win. But what the only thing that I don't like seeing is people saying that they're entitled to sell like their EMP, but then questioning why the peg goes down. That is really simple. Like if you take a bite out of your like an apple, and you put the apple back down on the table, you can't say, why do I have less apple? It's quite obvious. You ate part of the apple and it's gone. And your apple is now worth less, because everybody knows once you take that first bite of an apple, you got to eat it all. But the point is like, if we look at like the total like feeling, I think of how most of the people are feeling here, it's like, I think, a lot of people have a strong belief and faith in the project. And I think it might be, just a kind of, like I say, a knee jerk reaction for people to throw out like the feeling of fear, and then that like maybe spreads a little bit. And so the best thing that we can do is kind of try to respond in a positive way. And I'm not perfect at it, but respond in a positive way, and reassure these people that this is the kind of the game plan. This is how it's going to work, and this is how it's worked for 8 months and 9 months. I'm terrible with time. So but the thing moving forward is like all these pieces of the puzzle that are falling into place, and the pieces of the puzzle that are already in place, that people have earned, like a tremendous amount of money here, a tremendous amount of knowledge, a tremendous amount of like friendship growth. And just like those are really amazing things to like kind of put like on the scoreboard for yourself, to show like, okay, it's not just about today, it's cumulative. Like everything that you've earned and learned here, all that stuff is going to accumulate, to some type of gain in the future. And so when the absolute worst thing that you can do is like give into the fear, and then follow that red candle, because nothing has changed here. It's only people that are selling because they're fearful. But the ability to earn is still here. It always has been. And with Detonator as a service, and I mean, I am like, like, just when I look at it and I see all of these projects that invest in Detonator and Reactor, not just as services, but as as a vehicle for them to earn for their protocols. I'm like, look, here are people managing other people's money, so to speak, not not in the traditional sense, but they are investing their community's money into a project because they not only have belief and faith in it, but they've seen it work for months and months. They've done their due diligence, and they're investing because this is a protocol that works. Now, it is pegged down. Sure. Does everybody want to see it come back up? Yeah, absolutely. But the best way to do that is to honestly just stop selling EMP and stop giving into fear, because the minute that happens and we start moving back up, people will be like, oh shit, this does work. And we are, like I see it moving back up, and people, peg moving back up, and people saying like, oh, well, what changed? Well, nothing changed. It was just a matter of people became had stronger conviction that peg is recovering, and like then they see it and they're like, oh, okay, wow, okay, I didn't know it was that easy. Yeah, it's really that easy. Now, nothing is an overnight process, but once you can really kind of grasp that idea that and I hate to keep repeating it, but like that you are a true owner of the ecosystem. And so when you sell that EMP and the peg goes down, that is a direct reflection of an action that you've taken. Does that mean you're a horrible person? No. But it does mean that it's a negative action for the system. And so that when people do that, we see, people tend to follow those candles if they're red or if they're green. And so the best thing we can do is educate the people that are fearful, and, assure them like, look, this is how it's worked in the past. Nothing has changed for the worse. Like we have more elements here to bring extra revenue into the project. We have more tools to earn with Reactor. And so I just see it like as a measure of like kind of reassuring people and stopping that fear, because it's the fear that causes those red candles. And like I just like I see so many positives here for the ecosystem. It's just a matter of like we got to get that message out there to people.
Yeah, no, 100% Bull. And I think that's what I was saying earlier about negative sentiment. I think, unfortunately, it's the people that just are not paying attention or don't have the time to come to the AMAs or read, the articles that are literally on our homepage, and unfortunately, that is just the crypto market as a whole. I mean, we did an entire academy, for Christ's sakes. Like that, no other project has ever done that. And we lay out every bit of the education, every bit of the game plan, so to speak, on how to win here. And if people aren't going to follow that, then there's only so much we can do. But all that being said, I mean, we have amazing plans for recovery, and we're working on a video now that really just goes through the math of what we're doing and how long it's going to take and how we're essentially fixing the issue of being below peg indefinitely. So look out for that video as a standalone video shortly. And we're hoping to actually have it as a pop-up on the website. So, that everybody that visits EMP.Money has to either watch that video or actively, exit out of it. So, other than that, like, I don't know what much more we can do to try to get the word out, but we're trying every day. There was amazing coverage today as well from Savage Fitness Crypto and Crypto Talk. So Savage's video, again, we pin that everywhere today, but that one is incredible. It's a third party opinion. We didn't pay for the video. I mean, I didn't have any private conversation with him. He knows everything that, the public knows. And he goes through and literally describes why Detonator is so powerful, Detonator as a service, why protocols are going to want that service, and why that is going to help us recover peg indefinitely. And so, please, I would encourage all of you to watch that video. The video that we're recording internally we'll cover a lot of the same topics, hopefully in a little bit more of a shorter time frame, because we understand people don't have a large attention span. But that's huge. And Crypto Talk, Thomas, he did a video on Reactor. Again, that's our first detonator as a service.
Generator.
Yeah,
Swear
or
jar.
generator. Thank you, Bull. Jeez, I gotta put a thing in the swear jar already. So I'm always messing it up. But yes, he did a video on Generator, which is the first detonator as a service for Splinterlands. And like I said earlier, we've almost raised $300,000 of new locked liquidity for that protocol. And that is just through organic, engagement. The Splinterlands community as a whole, the majority of them haven't even entered into it because based on the on-chain data, it's all new LP. It's not old LP that's migrating over. It's new purchases of LP, which again is amazing. I mean, that could be upwards of $20,000 a day in buying pressure for your protocol that has this contract. So anyway,
AJ, can I ask you a question about Splinterlands?
Mhm.
How many people are in Splinterlands? I know it's a lot. I just didn't remember the exact number.
Yeah, so they have about 150,000 members in their Discord. They have about 400,000 daily active users. And again, that number is a bit skewed because they are bot friendly, or I should say bot agnostic, which means, they don't actively gatekeep bots.
Not the bot unless
Yeah,
it's harmful. I read a big long post from them and I really liked it because
exactly.
as long as the bot can be a value add to the community, it's something that should be there. But they do actively monitor in case there's something that could have a negative consequence, which is amazing.
Exactly. They do it right. I mean, they don't just gatekeep and say no bots allowed, but they also don't let bots have an unfair advantage. So anyway, my point to that is that, that obviously inflates the amount of daily active users, but they literally are one of the largest play to earn games out there. I mean, I think based on volume alone, it's Axie Infinity, Gods Unchained, and Splinterlands. And I think Splinterlands is even above Gods Unchained. So anyway, I think that again, that being partnered with them and having them be one of our major supporters is huge because not only are we offering this detonator as a service, but you're also able to spend your EMP in their ecosystem. And this is something that, again, I think people just are totally asleep at the wheel on this whole deal, is because it's a way to take profit in EMP without selling EMP, which in turn hurts Peg, and it's a way to earn through an appreciating asset, which is their cars, or even just a rental income. Just like you have a rental property, you can rent out your cards to produce a passive income for you that way. So I get it, our card game might not be everybody's cup of tea, but if you just look at it purely from an investment standpoint, the opportunity is massive. And so again, I don't know why people just dump EMP when they can be not only profiting through an appreciating asset, but an appreciating asset that also earns you even more, rental income. Or if you're going to play, you make even more money because if you actually play, you get even more with ranked rewards. But anyway, so again, we're trying to do everything we possibly can to provide value and earning potential both inside
Mhm.
and outside of our ecosystem. And, we've been here before. I mean, again, I said it yesterday in the AMAs. I encourage all of you to go back and listen to some of the very first AMAs that are on this channel, and you'll hear, we were below peg. We were below peg quite substantially, just like we are now, but we were able to recover, and the ecosystem had, not even close to the amount of robustness that we have at the moment. So, yeah, Bull, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent. Now I remember what I was going to say, but the great thing, right? Like specifically, like about the generator and the DOS, detonator as a service, is that it can be a bridge to all these communities, right? Because whilst other people, like if somebody, for instance, is just in Splinterlands and is unfamiliar with the EMP ecosystem or the seigniorage model, it might be too intimidating. There's too many moving pieces for them to want to get involved. But they're more than likely, if they've been in Splinterlands, familiar with SPS, BNB, LP. And so it's a perfect bridge to be able to bring in communities from, or bring in people from other communities because they're familiar with that particular asset. And, somebody might say, well, what's this generator thing I keep hearing about in the channel? And they're like, okay, well, let me check that out. And they're like, oh, wow. Okay. And then they, might listen to some like Steverator videos or, somebody else in the community that I'm unaware of that's making videos over there. But with that, the generator is a perfect bridge to bring those people in and get them like involved with EMP, because once they place into the generator and they see, okay, wow, this is really working, like what else is there over here? Like who are the people that made this? What is what is EMP all about? I know this A. Brockman, but maybe I need to learn more about him and figure out like what he's all about, what his project is all about, what like his general ideas are and his character. And so I think a lot of people are going to do that because it's one of the easiest ways to like do research, right? Is to like you kind of jump in, and unfortunately, people do just jump in and they do things and then they kind of learn on the fly, right? Because people are amazing that way. They'll just kind of wing it and they'll do it. And so when they start doing that and they're earning, that's when people are like, oh, okay, wow, okay. This is pretty easy. Like, what else do they got? And I think that we're going to see a bump in like the EMP community and Telegram and Discord. And yeah, just it might seem that, like I said, the sentiment is negative, but this is just an opportunity for us to show like new people, like, okay, yeah, like peg is down, there's some negative sentiment, but that doesn't mean that it distracts from the overall mission here of reassuring people and educating them about how the system works and making sure that new people know, like, just because like peg is down doesn't mean that you can't earn. The only thing that it means is you can't earn in the boardroom. And I often refer to the boardroom as the bonus room, because I think it's a little bit better. But when when we look at that, the peg is just that reflection of the ability to earn in the boardroom and produce EMP, but we can do that right now. And so when I look at the system, I'm much more I feel so much more better about the robustness now than I did prior to Detonator and when we had all that FUD. But with what we have in place now, and with the sneak peeks that I've been seeing, I'm super bullish, because I know that once people start seeing this information and seeing like kind of that Detonator as a service, and they start seeing new people come in from other communities, and people like Savage and Thomas are doing great videos to highlight the products here and the services. I just think it's inevitable that we'll see people, because DeFi is not, it's not the safest, nicest place, and it is really nice here. Does everybody want to peg to bump up? Yeah, sure. Does everybody want to see higher APRs? Absolutely. But it's a matter of remaining positive and really promoting that type of message, especially to the people that are here, the people that are afraid, and new people, to show them like, look, the system works. And when we recover peg, the bonus room, boardroom kicks on, and you can print like crazy. But the reality is too, you can do that right now with the detonator and the reactor, and just, you have to figure out how to do it. But it's all about this fine balance, and making sure that like people know how the system operates, and making sure that that their fear is not just dismissed and saying, hey, you're stupid. It's but making sure that we do protect the ecosystem by educating the people, and trying to be as helpful as possible, especially to anybody that has questions. Sorry, end
Yep.
rant.
No, amazing, Bull. Sorry, I thought I was muted. So no, not a rant at all, man. That is the absolute truth. And again, I mean, the video that Savage did, we'll bring it up one more time and then we can move on here. But I mean, Savage has about $300,000 in the EMP protocol, and he's an OG. He's been around the block. He knows how these markets operate. He knows the value in Detonator as a service. And that is why, again, if anybody had reason to be, panicked, and again, I mean, this isn't to compare, your current situation, who knows? I mean, maybe $100 is a lot to you, and I get it. I mean, we're all at different levels, but that is just shows that, smart money knows what's happening, and that we will dig ourselves out. And like Bull said earlier too, like there is a race to earn. I think that's another thing that gets a little bit convoluted. Like, yes, we're all in crypto to make money, but there is no unicorn of a project that will pay you, the more money in APR than you've ever seen, and be sustainable and live forever. Like here at EMP, we have a lot of that involved, and we have been sustainable. So we really are a unicorn. And so again, I know that a lot of you, this is your first project, and you may not know how bad it is in DeFi or in crypto. But I can assure you that everything that we built here at EMP has been done based on math and really setting us up for the future. So I think again, in the next few weeks, it may take up to 2 months, but we're gonna have a whole different situation at the end of this year, where again we're at peg. The ecosystem is as healthy as ever. All the money and interest starts to flood back in, and then the perfect timing with hopefully another bull run towards the end of the year or early next year that would tie into all that. So yeah, all right, awesome. Let me go over some more stuff. And by all means, if any of you have questions, please feel free to type them in the chat, or give us about 10 more minutes, and we'll start taking questions. I have a few more updates to go over, but one moment. All right, so again, Cultivator is our next detonator as a service. So that is with the growth DeFi ecosystem. We're working on all the branding now. LA and I are finishing the white paper. It'll be again just the same sort of setup as all of these, but it'll be using their Xgrow token and BNB. So we'll give a lot of info on that. We'll have them on an AMA again to discuss. It's the same people behind Xperps and Hypermine. So they also are large investors into the protocol, and we think that detonators as a service for them will also help both of us because. Again, and to clarify, once we have the pitch deck out, this will all be public knowledge. But, not only is there a licensing fee that we are charging on Detonator as a service itself, but there's also a percentage of the fees that go into that contract that we retain. And those fees, again, go directly towards the treasury. In some instances, we'll keep the native token if we have an arrangement with the protocol in the case of SPS. But in other cases, we'll sell the native token and the other side of the LP, which would typically be BNB, USDT, or ETH. One of the blue chips, but and again, we're also not hurting the protocol that we partner with because we're building the deep liquidity for them to where we can take profits without impacting the price negatively. And that's another amazing part of the way Detonator as a service operates is that we're able to also build our own exit liquidity on fees and not hurt anybody in the process. So it's just really powerful. All right, and then Splinterfest.
Oh, can
It'll
I
be
ask?
yeah. Oh, go ahead,
Oh,
Bull.
can I
Yep.
ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
What do you? What I mean? What would you anticipate? Like a few $100s a day in fees, were like deposit fees, or is it more than that?
Yeah. So again, Uh, as it stands right now, it is, I don't know, I have to do the math off the top of my head, but just with generator alone, 4% of $300,000 in 5 days. Whoever can do that math off the top of your head, let me know. And then times that by, again, however many detonators as a service we will roll out. I mean, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars on buying pressure, both for EMP or to facilitate growth in detonator and reactor themselves. Because that's the other thing. I mean, once we recover PEG, then there is no reason to continue buying PEG and shooting it up and causing more inflation. If other people do that, that's great. I mean, that's how the seigniorage protocols are designed. But it's up to everybody else to pump it enough to print. However, once we're at PEG, now those funds can be used to generate LP for detonator and reactor. And again, between that and then finally being able to do rehypothecation on the farms, which we have not been able to do just because we don't want to dilute things further. I mean, again, everybody that's compounding and sticking with the protocol, they are going to be rewarded beyond belief because now they have a larger pool share in relation to everybody else has been claiming every day. Which again, they're more than welcome to do that. That's the beauty of DeFi and crypto. Nobody's here to push the buttons for you, but everybody that's claiming is diluting their pool share. And now, once we finally get all these mechanisms in place, Daily Burst is going to absolutely explode because we'll have fresh capital entering the contracts without the need for new users to pay old users. So again, it's just when you just take a minute to sit down, review the facts, listen to what the AMAs, listen to what we said, read the white papers. I mean, again, I know I'm biased, but I can't imagine that you wouldn't be excited for what is coming. And again, it's not like this is empty promises. We've delivered on literally everything we have ever said we would do, we did. And so, I understand if it's a developer or a project leader that keeps making empty promises, then maybe, yeah, maybe you would want to cut your losses and leave. But for somebody that just continues to work, day in and day out, have an amazing team, have an amazing community. I mean, I'm excited for what the future holds. So, all right, sorry, Bill. Was that I went on a tangent there? Did that answer? Wait up, man.
Hey man,
Yeah,
I'm rubbing off on you. So
you are, bro. You are. I learn from the
no,
best, man. Yeah.
it truly, it's just because we care. Truly, like I do have genuine like hope for everybody. It's I like a lot of times I think I piss people off because I'm very hopeful, even for scammers to turn their lives around. Because I believe that people want to do good things. It's just that fear stops them from doing, those things that are going to be most beneficial for them, or the lack of knowledge. And so it's just a mission for us to help them get there to that point of where we're at right now. We're some of the fortunate, that know really kind of how the system operates backwards and forwards. And so we can take that as a teaching moment to, share that knowledge with everybody, because when we share that knowledge, and knowledge should never be hidden from people, because people should know how things operate, and I believe that. And so I will always go out of my way to help people, because I want people to know how things work. And because I think that's going to make DeFi and crypto a better place. And I've been here long enough to see that it's not where I want to be, but I haven't done my part in being a good participant in helping share the knowledge that I've acquired. So that's why I try to help do what I do now.
Absolutely, Bull. And again, I mean, I know from the very first conversation you and I had, I think I said something to you about that, like the way that your mind operates and the way that you are willing to share your knowledge from the jump. I mean, that is truly, on a personal note, is something that makes you truly special, bro. And I'm happy to have you part of our community. And that's the other thing, like we've been able to accumulate some of the brightest minds in crypto. Again, big brain mother effers is what we call them. And we're all of us are working on the final form. And I know, I keep talking about that as well. There are many implementations that we are going to work on over the next few months that makes EMP even more sustainable, even more solid, even more earning opportunities with exposure for each. So we're not getting rid of the seigniorage model in the fact of, having some sort of exposure to Ethereum, but we are looking at ways to truly help the protocol become bulletproof. And I know this is one thing too I want to bring up today. A lot of you have been asking for progressive taxes, which, again, in theory, that is an amazing idea. But unfortunately, just the way these seigniorage protocols work and the way the code is written, that opens them up to substantial exploit. And honestly, it's what killed Tomb Finance, which is what the original code is based on of what EMP is. I mean, we upgraded it and forked that out from the get-go, so it was never part of our base code. But the original code before us and before even Tomb was what it is now. They launched and had a major exploit with a tax system where people were able to sell without being taxed. And so if the majority of people are being taxed, and then some bad actors are able to figure out how to sell without being taxed, I mean, just imagine the chaos that creates. So, progressive taxes are not going to be a thing. We are looking at other ways to make that have that same result without using the hard code that way. But again, the final form will solve all of that. And I've said it again. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The ultimate goal is to make it more valuable to hold your EMP or to use your EMP in these new mechanisms than to just sell it outright. So, and when that finally happens, it's going to be, one of the best comebacks of all time, without a doubt. So, all right, I think that was it for updates. Let me look. Hang on one second.
Splinterfest.
Oh my God, how could I forget Splinterfest LA? So yeah, we've been hard at work. Well, you've been hard at work. On Splinterfest, I know I said it in the AMA yesterday. We have like the most legendary booth design ever created in my eyes. So I'm so excited to share that with everybody when we're able to. But yeah, Ella, you want to go over a little bit about Splinterfest, the dates, and then maybe how somebody can win a ticket?
Yes, I have a written version I'm going to post in the group as well. But
Amazing.
so Splinterfest is the 8th and 9th of October, which is coming up really soon. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And one lucky emperor is going to win a ticket. And so if you have the availability and the means to fly there and get yourself a hotel that weekend, we are going to be giving away a ticket. Just to give you a perspective, tickets cost $300, and there's I don't know, maybe up to what, AJ, like $500 worth of free swag and stuff that you get
Yeah,
on top of that.
I would say a minimum of that. Yeah. Usually you get some really incredible stuff and stuff that you can only get. So for instance, and here's some alpha for you. All the participants going to Splinterfest will be getting physical Splinterlands cards. And these
Cool.
cards, yeah, man, they showed it in the
I'm
Discord.
excited.
And these cards, there are people on eBay that have sold some of the previous ones for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So yeah, that alone could be
Maybe I'll
huge.
be selling mine to one of you.
Yeah, there you go. And buy more EMP, right, LA? So
Yes, that's
yeah.
exactly what I'll be doing.
Yeah. I love it.
um, so yeah, so one of you is going to win a ticket. All you have to do in order to qualify is message me, DM me, and just confirm with me that you have the availability and the means to get there and be there that weekend, and I'll put your name on a list. You have to reach out to me by the time the detonator rolls over on Friday, and then on Saturday's AMA we'll be drawing a winner. And so I'm excited for whoever that is to have you there at Splinterfest with Jacob and I to meet you, and you'll be able to take part in everything that's going on there that weekend, and hopefully rep EMP a little bit and talk people's ear off while you're there too.
100%.
But it's going to be amazing. We're excited. And just so you guys know, I plan on selling my ass off about how amazing EMP is. And I am just super excited to just talk people's ear off about just how awesome we are and all the amazing plans that AJ has for the protocol. So
Yeah, no doubt, LA. I can't wait. And again, I think that will be the turning point. I know LA talks about this all the time that from a traditional marketing standpoint, you have to be exposed to something a minimum of 7 times before you get involved. And I think the more that we're present in the minds of Splinterlands players and that community as a whole, now with Splinterlands being in their face at a physical event, and we'll have an opportunity to take the stage as well. LA will be doing a presentation about EMP. So all of that combined, is just going to add more eyeballs and potentially more investors into EMP. And Steve Arator did an amazing video as well. Make sure you guys look at that. It's been getting a lot of traction in the Splinterlands community. He did a video that literally explains how to use EMP as an ecosystem to build your Splinterlands deck and position for literally free. And he does it without hurting PEG, without hurting SPS, without hurting either protocol. It's just truly incredible. So it's a take on the infinite money loop that works incredibly well, and it actually adds buying pressure on EMP because he uses Reactor as the profit center, which is again what we have recommended is a healthy strategy. So all right, awesome stuff, LA. And then we also do have a Zen Sports tournament. I believe it is sold out as of today. I was actually one of the last to register. Thank God Jacob was paying attention, or I wouldn't have been able to play in our own tournament. So I am going to be playing in the tournament October 1st. I do believe it's sold out now. If not, you can maybe get in at the very, very end here. But those of you that did register, congrats. There's about $5,000 of prizes up for grabs. Half of that is EMP, half of that is USDT. Yeah, I look forward to battling it out with all of you. And again, if you're not in Splinterlands, we actually have a professional Splinterlands player that we hire on retainer to coach all of you. So if you're overwhelmed, you're not sure what to do, join our Discord, and you will literally get one-on-one help on how to onboard into Splinterlands and what cards to get and how to be involved. So, all right, awesome. And then we're almost ready for the detonator rollover, but I think there was one more thing I wanted to go over, and please stay tuned for right after the rollover. We're going to be giving away 0.1 LP due to our generous community member Gene, and that is rewarding all of you that have actually taken the academy. So one thing I do want to wrap up on, and again, I'm not one to over promise and under deliver, and in fact, I want to do the exact opposite. But if you guys even had a clue on who I was meeting with over the last 2 days, again, just major, major meetings this entire week of people that not only are interested in um, helping us get back to peg, investing in our ecosystem, but also utilizing, Detonator as a service as well. Now that LA is officially on the team, she's been on those calls with me, and LA, I mean, we're in touch with some pretty big players, aren't we?
Yes, I've been blown away, and to get to be a fly on the wall in those meetings is pretty badass.
100%. So again, I mean, I don't talk about it a lot because, I never want to set an expectation and not be able to meet that. But if even half of these, meetings actually come to fruition, I mean, like I said, it's going to be a whole different landscape by the end of the year. And shout out to Bartertown. Ray, he helped me put together a super important meeting this week. We had another meeting today, earlier today, with not only another detonator as a service protocol, but another protocol that would help us scale even more. So again, just amazing stuff happening. I don't sleep, I don't rest, and that's not to say to have expectation of profit from the work of others. I'm just here trying to help my own bags because just like all of you, I'm an owner in the protocol, and obviously, I want to do everything I can to help it succeed. So, all right,
One thing
yeah,
I'll
go
just
ahead,
say
absolutely, Elliot.
is it's easy to look at the protocol day in and day out, and I mean, especially this past week, and just say, you don't see the results of that hard work yet, because nothing's necessarily changed in the direction you want it to just yet. But this man is working his butt off behind the scenes, and I promise you, there is some major traction and some major action being taken, and things are happening behind the scenes, and very soon you'll see them happening in front of the scenes as well. So just trust that there's a lot happening, and just, I mean, I'm just blown away by some of these meetings that he's in. So
Yep, 100% LA. Well, and I don't know. I mean, I try to come up with an analogy. Bull, you're really good at that, but I've never pushed a car in my life, but I assume when you try to push a car, it's like really hard to push right when you get it going, but as soon as you get that momentum going, that car starts moving, things start the wheels start turning, and that's exactly what we're gonna see here again over the next few weeks. It may take a few months. I hope that's the case, but once it does start happening, I mean, that is when we see the results and really just making it bulletproof moving forward. So, all right, awesome. Go ahead, Bull. Was that a good analogy? I don't know. You probably do a better one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I've pushed a lot of cars out of snowbanks here. So
Yeah.
the important thing too is to make sure they don't roll back into that snowbank. And you said, to make the system bulletproof, and I think that's exactly what you mean, because we don't want to push it over peg and then fall back right into the same situation and have people demoralized. So I think the key is to build, to be pushing it out of that hole, but making sure that it doesn't fall back in that hole, and being able to fill in that hole with a solid surface so that there's something to push off of and really, kind of launch back towards peg. And that's the real key part. But all of that takes time, because even though crypto's fast moving, that doesn't mean you can build a contract overnight and build relationships and do everything that you need to do overnight, because like anything, to build something of value, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Amazing. Yep, 100% Bull. All right, let's go to pull up the detonator. We're going to kick things off with the video that explains detonator better than I could have ever hoped for. Again, shout out to Julius. He's one of our graphic designers. He did all the new UI design and this incredible video. So let's go ahead and pull it up. Give me one moment. All right, for those of you that aren't familiar on how Detonator works, this is a great overview of the different mechanisms, and we will go right into more detail afterwards. So,
welcome to the Detonator. The Detonator is a system to multiply your Ethereum and EMP by 365%, while providing 5 ways to earn: a daily largest depositor prize, a daily lottery prize, a daily burst based on your deposited amount, instant rewards from all new deposits, and a Win It Now button. Every day, right after the detonation countdown ends, the largest depositor prize is awarded. Huge sums are at stake as investors bid against each other to see who will come out on top. At the time of detonation, the winner receives a massive 100% bonus on their deposited amount. At the same time, the lottery winners are drawn. The number of winners and the prize amount is determined by the largest deposit. To participate in the lottery, you can deposit new funds or compound your earnings to receive up to 100 lottery tickets per day. The more tickets, the higher your daily chance of winning. Attached to these incredible ways to earn is your daily burst. Your daily burst is based on the amount you have deposited and is paid out continuously toward your maximum ROI. The instant rewards feature rewards you every time someone else makes a deposit, which can often yield some surprising bonus profits. Now, if you don't like the idea of competing with others for the largest depositor prize, the Detonator also features a Win It Now button. This button allows one user per day to win a guaranteed 100% bonus by depositing the equivalent of 2% of the total pool balance. Investing has never been this much fun. After the detonation, the detonator resets and a new cycle begins. That means all unclaimed rewards will roll back into the pool. So make sure to claim or compound your earnings at least a few minutes before the rollover. You may miss a day of rewards, but you won't lose any money. Your time to reach your maximum payout will just be slightly delayed. Furthermore, by compounding your earnings, you can increase your maximum payout limit exponentially, while also being rewarded with another 20% bonus. All these systems combined make the Detonator truly revolutionary, and one of the best passive income tools available today.
all right, so there you have it. Sorry about that. Yes, that is Detonator. Again, Just something truly revolutionary, not only in the fact that it provides so much value to locking liquidity, providing deep liquidity, but it could be and will be the number one solution of providing liquidity incentive, rewards without diluting your token because the rewards are all self-contained in the contract through our lottery, our win it now, and that largest deposit as well. So speaking of large deposit, we had about 35 LP. We'll see if that holds up. Again, every day there's a minimum of 300 LP, regardless of the snipe. So it's basically guaranteed profit, which is crazy in crypto. If you're able to snipe below that LP, anything over that is built-in profit. That's about $9,849 in today's value. And again, we also give away that amount to a random lottery winner. You're able to get tickets through depositing new funds and compounding. Again, the number one way everybody says, what about my daily burst? Well, the number one way to get your daily burst to go up is to win the lottery. And so the only way to win the lottery is to have a ticket. We've seen people win with even 2 or 3 tickets. And we are using Chainlink as our VRF. And that may or may not be one of the meetings I'm having on an official announce in partnership with them with our VRF services. So again, we have a ton of great info and partnerships and news coming. So just bear with us. I keep saying that, Bull. You said bear with us. Is that a terminology used around the world or not? I don't know.
Yeah, I looked that up before. It's Shakespearean in design, so that's about the time period that it was popularized. So
All right, there you go. Well, who knew I had some Shakespearean knowledge deep within my vocabulary, huh? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, again, just we'll get there. We're building something special here at EMP, and we just got to realize what the future holds. So all right, 2 minutes and 52 seconds left. Again, you are able to get tickets through deposits and compounds. However, you're not able to be unfairly rewarded with getting, an unlimited amount of tickets. You're only able to get a total of 100 tickets per day, 50 through deposits, 50 through compounding. So again, that's another reason why you want to have your pool balance be high enough that you can compound, and get those tickets every day. For essentially free because again, not only is it a giveaway, it's a lossless lottery. So we say the word lottery because it's easy for people to understand, but you're not actually buying the ticket. You're just getting credit based on your deposit. So you still get your full amount that you deposit. You just are rewarded with tickets on top of that, which is just an even bigger added incentive. So, all right, 1 minute and 48 seconds. Good luck, everybody. We'd love to hear from you if you are a winner. We've had multiple live winners celebrate with us. So if you're on Telegram, you can join in voice, or if you're on YouTube, you can type in the comments that you are a winner. So we're at 35 LP. We'll see if that holds up. And pool balance is still over 100,000 LP. And that's worth about $23 million that has gone through this contract. Truly spectacular over the last 7 months. And that's still 3.2, almost $3.3 million of liquidity inside of Detonator. So, all right, 1 minute. Good luck, everybody. Bull, any last minute words here before we give away another lottery prize? About 7,000 tickets, so still pretty good odds, even in
yeah,
Detonator.
fantastic odds, but the only way to win is if you're in it.
That's true, bro. Yeah, you have to have a ticket. What is that? A chip in a
Gotta
chair,
have a
right?
ticket to ride. Yeah.
Yep, no doubt. So, all right, 30 seconds. Good luck, everybody. 35.34 LP. Will that hold up? We will have to see. I think we have some snipers lurking. I don't know. All right, a little bit more. Daily burst, pending rewards looking good. Again, this wallet is one of the team wallets that always just feed to the pool. So I'm gonna let those rewards roll over, and here we go. 10 seconds. Good luck, everyone. 8, 6, 5,
95.
34. Oh, there, 95. 3, 2, 1, 0. Well, 95, take it down. Man, they even caught me off guard. All right,
People are professional snipers.
they are. They're getting good, man. The more you practice, the more you watch, the more you learn, the better you get. So, and yeah, we've seen some awesome snipes within the last 3 seconds. Because again, each block, it's 3-second block times on BNB Chain. So you have a very small window to get in at the very end without that counting towards the next day deposit. But
Check out those largest deposits. I think there was some real activity there
all
at the
right,
last.
awesome, brother. Let's take a look. So, like Bull said,
97.
all right, Charlie.
97.
Oh, let's see, brother. So that didn't
Hello,
even,
Charlie.
95 didn't even win. All right, let's take a look. So you're gonna go to largest deposits. You're gonna click yesterday, and boom. Oh my God, you're right. There was fireworks today. So again, this is the beauty of our game theory. So it looks like we had a 35, a 39, a 58, a 60, a 95, and then boom, a 97 at the very last minute. That's incredible. So
1 second left on
yeah.
the 1 second left before that rollover.
Wow.
That's when that.
Yep, so
Amazing.
both you can look at the on-chain data on BSC scan. For those of you that are interested, we're happy to show you that in Telegram or Discord. But yeah, so 1 second left, cutting it really close. But there you go, 97 takes it down. So and because we have people battling it out, we actually have more volume coming in than we do giving away. So that's how this contract is able to stay super sustainable. So, and yep, we're already back over. I mean, pool balance is now 101.3 thousand LPs, so 1,300 LP in the last 1 minute alone. That's pretty great. So again, Detonator runs in cycles, just like any token or crypto project. We've seen it been draining for the last few weeks, but it's only a matter of time before it hits a floor and then can go for the next run up. And when we finally have, these revenue streams in place and are able to use rehypothecation, then we don't even have to worry about new volume because there'll be daily volume on the pool balance every single day. So, all right. All right, let me set up. We're gonna give away some more money. Again, it's just we. I swear we're giving away more money than anyone in crypto. Between Detonator, Reactor, Generator. I mean, and all the matching bonuses. It's like I don't know. We had to do the math at Bull, but I would guess about what at least $50,000 a day in giveaways, if not more. So, all right, let me pull it up. Give me one moment. All right, we're almost there. One more minute. I got to be careful. On one of the AMAs 2 days ago, we had to pull it down because I gave away some super alpha on our NFTs by messing up my screen share. So those of you that are paying attention, you might find some hidden gems here on the live streams. But all right, let me go ahead and pull this up. All right, this is our eShare BNB LP giveaway. We'll be doing this every day for the next 2 weeks. We're giving away 0.1 LP a day, courtesy of one of our amazing community members. His name is Gene. He had some major success, both inside and outside of EMP, and wanted to share that success with all of us by incentivizing you to take the academy. So this is our Wheel of Fortune, not copyright infringement, a Wheel of Fortune that is linked to our academy. So as long as you're able to complete the academy and provide your wallet address in your profile, you will automatically be eligible for this prize. So every day we spin the wheel, we give away 0.1 LP to a lucky winner, and all of you can be eligible as long as you take the academy and input your public wallet address. Again, never connect to a random website or give your seed phrase away. So, all right, I'm gonna reset here. We also have some awesome music, so hurry, step right up. And here we go. Good luck, everybody. Alright, Connie Lynn, one of our amazing community members. Wow, congrats, Connie. There you go. C4E1B. You will get your 0.1 LP right in your wallet. So, nothing you need to do. And we will send it to you in about 1 hour. So, or within the next 24 hours. But, man, love this music. Good job, Kirk. Kirk, he did our academy. He made this Wheel of Fortune as well. So there you go, everybody. All right, let me go ahead and pull up the desktop. All right, if that's not fun, I don't know what is. Oh man. Oh, what did I say? Put in the EMP, putting the fun back into crypto. So, all right, everybody. Any last minute questions or words of wisdom, Bull? I know LA had to dip out early, so go ahead, Bull.
Nope. I think just that, you're working on all of these partnerships. A lot of that has come into fruition, and a lot of protocols investing in this platform. A number of YouTubers I see sniping absolutely believing in the protocol, showing people like in Savage's video today. He has a lot more to lose than the vast majority of people, and he has 100% confidence in the ecosystem and in the team. So if you feel like maybe AJ is biased or I'm biased, I mean, feel free to watch any number of YouTubers that are talking about sniping in the generator, the detonator, the reactor, or all three, or ways that you can better utilize the system. Just go check out those sources, because I'm certain that people feel that we might be biased about something, but it's a matter of I've been here since day one, so I've seen everything that's been put into place. I see people questioning the things, and that's fine. But there is a difference between asking a question once, getting an answer, but then there is a difference between constantly asking that same question, trying to spread that same type of feeling that you have. And it's fine to be heard, but people get it. You ask a question once, it gets answered. Some people are just going to have to wait and see. And I have complete confidence in AJ and this ecosystem, because I've seen it work when it was a lot less robust. I know that it's much more robust now. And with what's being put in place in the future, and what's kind of waiting in the wings, I am supremely confident that PEG is not going to be an issue. Once it's recovered, as AJ said, making it bulletproof, absolutely. And so the best I can tell people is just wait and see. And I'm not going to be the person that I told you so, because I'm here telling you right now how I feel about it. So I'm not going to have to say I told you so.
Absolutely, Bull. And yeah, I mean, we never want to make light of people's, potential loss. I mean, as long as you're in EMP for the long run, and we've said that from literally day one, you're more than welcome to go back to all the AMAs. We've had a daily AMA for 6 months straight. And not only will you always hear us saying take profits when we were up and we were printing for, 5 days, or sorry, 5 days, 50 days straight. But you also always hear us say that you have to have a long-term mindset. So if you've only been here for a month or two, and unfortunately you bought high, and then ETH, completely took a shit and the rest of the market went down, yeah, I know it hurts. I mean, I get it, but as long as you don't sell, you don't actually realize those losses. And if it was a protocol that had nothing going for it, then there is some, strategy to cutting your losses and leaving. But EMP is not that. I mean, we literally have done everything in our power to make it sustainable. It has been. I mean, even if you're down in an LP value, you're still earning E-shares every single day if you're in the farms. And that's better than most other protocols can say because you're not able to earn a secondary token. You're just stuck holding a bag without it yielding for you. So, anybody again that doesn't know that or would love some clarification, all of the admins are here to help. We want you to succeed, and we've always wanted you to succeed. We have to again row in the right direction. All right, so on that note, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks again to all of you for being here, and we'll have even more info tomorrow, just like we always do. So, good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.